This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. This week, we're broadcasting live from the PTS in the new Rishi Stronghold, where we will give you all a tour and show off all the new decos and the PvP features very soon. This broadcast astromech over here is EPC 249. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
Hey, Max. It's actually going excellent. I've had a very weird week, but right now it's great. It's just been super hot, and it's a kind of weather that we just don't have a high tolerance for here in Maine. And so everyone's really been dragging, including me. So that has made it a low computer activity week for me because I've spent a lot of time being elsewhere where I could find air conditioning, like in the car, like in restaurants, like shopping, which I don't even like shopping usually, but yeah. However, we did have MFN this week. We did kill some droid gods. We killed Tyth and we killed the sisters. And then we got did we kill Nahut or did we just take a look at him?
We did Nahat kill Nahut.
And then our regular ops team on Thursday night, we were off for Ant-Man Day because apparently that's a thing.
Yes, it was. We take off all the Marvel holidays apparently in our ops group.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'll probably get as far as 2 conquest characters. Although now that it's cooled off, maybe I'll play some more tomorrow. But
again with the heat.
So it's been sort of conquest light for me. Yeah, again with the heat. Yeah, exactly. I've had my computer turned off basically because I just didn't want to add to the heat. But yeah, so that is what my week has been like. How about you, Max?
I have already done 2 Conquest characters. I might do another. We'll see. I didn't even check how far we are from Conquest. We weren't done yet on the Republic side. We're trying to go for a medium planet, so we do have a little bit more work to do this weekend. Not finishing an ops for Mandatory Fun Night set us back a little bit, but we did have a lot of fun just goofing off in Gods from the Machine and got people in there that had never seen it before. Yes, we did not kill Nahut, but we got a few attempts in on Nahut and at least got everybody to see what the fight looks like all the way to the final phase. Got him down to like 4% or something, but didn't get it far enough. People not knowing there's holes in the around the conduits and things like that. It was pretty hilarious. I was also
That's the best part.
Yeah, I certainly spent time on the PTS, which we will be showing off tonight and checking some things out there. I was continuing to do a little bit of my mats grinding for various levels of mats. I think maybe as early as next week, we have another crafting week coming up for Conquest. So if you are trying to collect up materials, it might be a good time to do it this week, and while you've got a little bit of downtime, although everybody's probably going to be on the PTS. Am I right? So we'll check that out tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been having fun. Doing a little bit of everything for Conquest. The rampages is definitely the easiest thing to just mindlessly knock out, and I kind of like that. But I did some GSF also.
Speaking of rampages, we do have the guild ship over IOCAF, so even if your character hasn't opened up IOCAF, you can at least go there and do rampages if you like.
Yes, you can. And we have the orbital support turned on, and we have the teleport down to the surface, even if you have not unlocked it yet, which is cool. And you got all those grade 10 mats spread around IOCAF, which is useful as well if you're looking for those, which you will need to craft some of the new stuff to get the MK4 prefabs for the new decos in the new Stronghold, but we will get to that shortly after the news.
Now an Imperial News Network report.
So big news, of course, was BioWare did get to do a live stream, which they were pushing to fit in this week. They did get it in around 2 p.m. Pacific, and were able to walk through a little bit of what's coming in patch 5.9.2, and they did a little bit of a walkthrough of the Rishi Stronghold. We will do a more detailed, cooler version of the Rishi Stronghold walkthrough very shortly.
But of course.
But yeah, they showed off some notes on the arena. We'll talk about a couple of the streamers that are streaming some arena battles. They talked about some of the Warzone matchmaking changes, and we're going to go through those real quick first. And then, oh, look, there's Speedy walking around in the background. and then we will do the detailed walkthrough of the stronghold. So kicking it off. Oh, that was your section to talk about the agenda, Seema.
Uh-huh. That's why I was trying to interrupt you a few times.
So what else was in the agenda there, Seema? At least tell me when it's coming out. When are we getting 5.9.2?
It's targeted for July 31st. But they did comment on the live stream. They said, we heard you guys tell us that you wanted more time to test things on the PTS. So we have the PTS up now. And based on your testing and feedback, if we need to move that date back, well.
Okay, so everybody test real hard this week. Let's get all the feedback in so they can fix it up and they can get it out still at the end of the month. That would be pretty cool. There is some stuff that's going to need to be fixed, though. I already noticed minor stuff, but it is very interesting the way this stronghold works. So you'll see some of that shortly, and I'll show you where I've found some of the bugs already and where some of the other influencers have seen stuff. The other updates that are coming in 5.9.2 include the Warzone matchmaking changes. So there's a bunch of changes to the war zones that have been detailed in a couple posts already. Some feedback has gone back and forth in the forums. They're shortening the way most of the matches and work so that they're not going to go too long, only by a couple minutes, to try to eliminate those 20-minute matches, get them down into that 13 to 15-minute range. They're definitely adding mechanics to deter some exploits. They're adding more insta-kill zones and areas. So if you are managed to hack yourself outside the map, bang, you're dead, that kind of thing. That's what they're going for. So hopefully they'll be doing more of that. More focus on the scoring and how Hutball works to make it more focused on carrying the Hutball and making those scores, which is really the cool part of how Hutball works. And they did mention, as they were talking through some questions on the war zones, no plans for allowing you to pick and select particular war zones, but they are definitely making the matchmaking changes specifically that will include cross-faction groups. So you might have Imperials and Republic, Dirty Republic scum on your team. And with that, with opening up the kinds of teams that can form, they have opened up and fixed up their matchmaking codes. So what they're hoping for is to be able to create more balanced teams more regularly. It's a very hard problem. It remains to be seen how close they'll get to it, but them taking any steps in that direction, I think, is positive.
As for their no plans about allowing you to pick what war zones you want to queue for, they did comment that since a lot of these changes are trying to get the queue times to be shorter, if they allowed you to pick your war zone, then the queue times would go longer, basically. So maybe after they get to a point where they feel like the queue times are where they want them to be, then maybe they would in the future consider that, but no plans right now.
Sure. What else? I think they added one more thing for PvP.
They also announced a new arena called Mandalorian Battle Ring. It's Mandalorian themed, as you might have divined. It also has a chamber underneath that you can pass through, which I think that sounds kind of interesting. I mean, so yeah, I assume that you're out of line of sight for a certain period of time when you're down there, as long as they're not down there too. And they're making changes to acid, which I guess this would apply to all the arenas, so that sellers don't have a big advantage like they have had in the past.
Yes, right. Because if the 4v4 goes too long, then acid, basically poison acids, spawns around the outside of the arena and gets closer and closer to the middle. And the way it tends to work now is then, whoever has the best stealth and immunity bubble wins, and that's not the way that's supposed to work. It's supposed to be sort of like sudden death. You better finish off the match and kill all the enemies around you, type of thing. So they're going to try to force that a little bit more, which makes sense.
Yeah.
They also talked about, I can turn on the wave sounds. I forgot the wave sounds and the bird sounds, this is so relaxing down here on the beach. The rest of the stronghold we'll see shortly is basically a junkyard by design. But this beach is really, I think I'm just going to live.
That wasn't commentary. That was a description.
Yeah. This beach is very relaxing, though. I like the bird sounds and I like the waves. Anyway, back to the walk
And the
through.
turtle.
Season 9 is ending. The tier rewards did get announced, and they showed some off today in detail. They showed off the weapons in particular, which are pretty cool. I think they're well done designs. They're not too dramatic. I did really like the assault cannon. I wouldn't mind having that assault cannon for my commando, but otherwise the rest of the weapons were pretty cool, but nothing I was dying to have. The mount that you can get is very cool. So it's a hollow rancor, but it's a hollow rancor
And fuego.
that's also on fire and has really some really cool graphics associated with it. So get a look at that if you can. I'm certainly not going to have any. I think I've done maybe 2 ranked PvP matches this season, so I'm not going to have it. It's not going to be mine. But it is pretty cool. Whoever does get it is kudos to you, and you deserve it. What else?
It does seem. It doesn't. Is it like this in other games where you don't know the rewards until it's too late to get them?
I don't know. I think that we've already always talked about that a little bit. I think that's a little bit of a flaw.
Yeah.
I think if you told me that at the beginning of the season, I might play a whole bunch more to keep my pace up through, just to participate and try to get it. Telling me at the end is like, oh, either like, oh, goody, I guess that's what I'm getting, or, oh, dang it, I wish I had been doing ranked for the last 2 months.
Yes. Can I go back in time, please?
I guess there's probably upsides and downsides. If what they showed you was not your cup of tea, then you might decide not to play ranked because of it. So maybe they feel like
That's true.
holding off, it's more of a Pandora's box. It's more of a the the fun of the loot crate type of randomness of who knows what you're going to get, but you'll miss out if you don't do it type of thing. Maybe
Wouldn't work for me though.
wouldn't work for me.
No,
What would work for you,
I'm
Seema?
pretty much. I like to have a thing that I'm working towards.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was a flaming hollow rancor mount, for instance, it's hard for me to be motivated for something that's going to be determined later.
Yes.
That's just me though.
Maybe they could do a mix. They could like show you just the weapons but not the mount, or just the mount and not the weapons. Show you like the coolest thing but not the other things.
Or a mix where they just showed me the rewards and then everyone else.
I guess there's that too.
There's also new cartel markets coming in market items coming in 592, including something called the Callous Conqueror armor set, along with what they described as a cool new vibra sword. Actually, if you look at the pictures on Delphi, there's quite a few armor sets that are pretty cool looking this time around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm scrolling through it now here on the screen on Dolphy's site. She always does a great view of all the cartel items. Yeah, you're right. I like this resilient Warden's armor set.
There's a nice big sword called Ancient
It is
Lord's Warblade.
You're right. This looks really cool.
Nice.
I agree. I wouldn't mind one of those.
So yeah, check it out on Delphi. Just Google new cartel market. Well, just go to delphi.net and it'll probably be one of the top SWTOR things on her site.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's something to look forward to.
Yes, it is. And finally, as they close out the stream, the PTS is open. The public test server. It's not closed. It's not private. It's a public test server. You can download that client. It's a whole nother client download. If you haven't done it yet, you need to download it and set it up. And then when you start your launcher, there'll be a little thing in the lower left. What you'll do is you'll log in, and then you'll hit play, and then you'll go, oh damn, I was supposed to hit the little thing in the lower left to switch to PTS. So you'll close it all out. You'll kill the client. You'll log back in real quick and hit play again. And you'll do that about 3 times until you remember to go and hit that thing before you hit the play button, which is what your muscle memory has been doing for the last any number of years. So you got to go in there. You got to hit the public test server in the little icon in the lower left before you hit play, and then you'll launch the test server. If you had it already
And
installed, there
seriously,
is a patch too, so you're going to need to go through that.
if you have not downloaded the PTS yet ever, seriously, start it and go see Ant-Man, and then go out to dinner,
Yes,
and then come home and go to bed, and then check it in the morning.
it is
It's a
large.
long download.
It's the whole
don't-
client all
it's-
over again. I mean, it's
Yes,
basically
yeah, don't-
doubles your install. So don't be
Don't
surprised.
plan on watching it happen. It'll make you.
No, stare
see.
at it while while it's downloading,
You'll get older.
and hold your
while you
breath
watch
and
it.
grit your teeth real hard. That's always the right way to do that. But that leads us to the fun part of this, which is our stronghold, because we, of course, can now wield our prosperity as a weapon, eh?
Wield your prosperity as a weapon.
I was going to play that whole intro, but it's like 25 seconds, and that would bore me, so I don't want to bore myself with my boringness. I'm going to change our view here to the full screen view, and so we can have a little bit better view, and let's take a walk around. So I'm going to /stuck it so I go on the starting pad, show everybody this from the start. If you ever get lost in any stronghold, you can just type /stuck and you will appear at the entrance spawn point to the stronghold. The total, they said the unlock cost to us when we were doing the checking and testing, here I've got my little spreadsheet, it looks to me that the total unlock cost, including paying for the stronghold with credits to unlock the stronghold, which we should talk about that probably in a second, but including that was about 15.5 million credits. There's a whole about 11 things to unlock once you're in the stronghold. A full, I would say, half of the stronghold, if you look up in the sky. Where did it go? Where's the carrot? Where's my patrol ship?
It's up there.
Am I not close enough?
I see it.
Why do I not see it?
Back up to where I am and look up.
Back it up. Back it up. Oh, it's straight up above. So if you look up in the sky, there's a patrol ship up there. Half of the stronghold is up in that patrol ship, which is really cool. For a guild, so Starry Saber asking in the chat, I believe the unlock for buying it for the guild was 15 million credits. Now, because it was the test server, unlocking anything inside the stronghold, it was all just set to 0 credits, because I'm sure you're going to have to use, I don't know what you're going to have to use or what it's going to cost, but it was all set to 0 credits. So when you go to unlock stuff, there's the first thing that you'll unlock is back here, this elevator button, and that's how you get up to the patrol ship. The other half of the stronghold is this cove and beach area. There is, from this console, also a speeder that can take you back to the back of the cove, and then the speeder that takes you up to the patrol carrier. So let's start here, just in this cove area. We'll go up to the patrol ship secondarily. They showed this on the stream. The first area you come down into is sort of a smaller little PvP arena. So if you look on the map here, it's just this little oval area here. And if you see, actually, we're going to drop group Seema, just so everyone can see. Quit group. When I quit group, Seema is now attackable. See how that works? So just for science, I'll just shoot you a little bit. I also placed here. So here, let me show you the hooks. Hey, you're right. This is broken. Did you see how you shot me through that wall? You're not supposed to be able to shoot me through this wall.
Oh, did I? I thought I got interrupted.
Here, try to shoot me now. So a lot of these
It says
decos.
cannot see target.
Oh, so now you cannot see target? Now you can't see target.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to heal to full and make you pay. We forgot to say that during the stream. Heal to full
That's right.
and make them pay. But anyway, this area then I've filled with, here, let me show you the hooks. I'll turn on edit mode. All of these are some of the new PvP decos. So these barriers, the logs, these fences, these are, okay, you don't need to kill me.
I'm surprised I can still shoot you with the edit mode on.
Can you can't probably can you see turn the edit mode on? You probably
No,
can.
I can't.
Turn your own edit mode
No,
on.
I have to look. Oh, yeah, I can.
So there's a new droid on the fleet where you buy these decos. Yeah, chat room is encouraging you apparently to
Go, Suma, go.
to kill me, just to be safe.
I was going to kill you, but then you
Gonna-
said, you don't have to kill me.
Well, I will be dead then. It'll
I
be
know,
hard
you're
for me
trying to do a
to-
podcast.
By the end, I will let Seema shoot me in the face real hard, okay? Everyone. We'll go upstairs into the big arena, and she can chase me down and shoot me.
Do you think Chuck and Brian will stop killing each other?
Never. So yes, these decos. There's a droid on the fleet. I think it's called the Marshal something droid. In fact, I think I might have one here in a deco that I can place so we can go and say hi to him. I think it's called...
Jumping on these things reminds me another comment they made on the stream. When you're on the PTS, if you place a deco and you can't jump on it, and it's the kind of thing where you think you should be able to jump on it, then report that, because that's the kind of stuff, the kind of feedback they're looking for.
Yes. So definitely all these PvP decos that are sold by the Marshal droid on the fleet, and I think you can get a copy of that Marshal droid to put in here as well. All of those decos at a minimum should break line of sight and not allow you to shoot through them, and you should be able to jump on them. I think what Eric was also saying is anything else in your decos collection, anything else that you've unlocked, if you think that should also break line of sight, you think it should work that way, then let them know. One thing that doesn't, that I think I'm fine with, but I kind of wish would, is like I can place here. Let's place them up here. I can place the giant alchemical beast, which is Garge. If I place Garge here, Garge does not break line of sight, and I kind of wish he did. I kind of wish I could hide behind Garge's leg, and then Seema wouldn't be able to shoot me. Hey, Kidley. There's Kidley hanging out.
The real Garge doesn't.
Yeah, I guess you can walk through them,
By the
can't you?
way, I went to make a bowl of cereal today, and there was like 1 tablespoon of milk left in the carton. I said, "Oh, Garge has been here."
Garge. Garge, who finished the milk and left the empty carton in the fridge. Garge, whose claws scored the canals of Salot. Yes. So, cool decos, at least. So, there's part of it. And then this little arena, what you do when you want to fight, you click this little console here. It says locking gates in 3, 2, 1, and then the gates are locked. And anyone who's in is in, anyone who's out is out. So this is sort of the little mechanism you can use to have your dueling competition. You can have people standing up above here in this little viewing area and watching you fight. You lock the doors, and then everybody can go and get your dueling fighting on, which is pretty cool. So this is the smaller area. So let's do a little bit of the tour, and then we'll go see the really big cool one up in the patrol ship, which is the main event.
And I like that there's this little, area up here too where other people can watch the fight.
Yeah, which is a really nice viewing area up here. There's not a great viewing area up for the big one up in the patrol ship. So we'll have to
But
talk
you
about
got to
that.
put something up here so that you can stand on it, because you don't have a perfect angle, I don't think.
I can maybe I can put a big rock.
Yeah, or like some sandbag or something. Nothing fancy.
You
Sandbags.
want
will do.
sandbags? Sandbags. There you go. Is that good? A little better. Not great. There's no hook in the middle, unfortunately, at the force field. All right, let's go outside anyway. You're distracting me. So back here, I just saw someone in general saying I can't find the unlocks. So I'll show you where both of the unlocks are for this cove area outside. There's only 2 rooms to unlock in the cove area. You'll notice they didn't say it explicitly, but pretty much the whole of this stronghold is sort of like a scaled down version of the Ravagers operation in a good way. I think it's really cool. So yes, they reuse the art assets, but it's fully creative. Oh, Baron Deathmark.
Solutions Industries. Mention my name and save 5% off anything in the latest GSI catalog.
Somebody started the big one upstairs. But it's all new arrangement. It's sort of a bit of a scaled down version, but it's reminiscent. As you walk into each of the areas, you're going to say, "Oh, this looks kind of like where we fight Torque. This looks kind of like Koratani's area. This looks kind of like where we fight the dogs in the beginning, etc., etc." Here's one of the first unlocks. It's just a little, I think it's called the sunroom, which it's not very sunny. It's like one of the least sunny sunrooms, although there's a hole in the roof down here. But here's one room, and then there's another room a little bit further around the corner, over the bridge. So that's one.
I like when you look up.
You like when
you can see the plants hanging down and the sunbeam coming in.
Over the bridge up here on the right is the second unlock outside here, and those are the only two unlocks that are out here by the cove. So you go up here, and there we go. And this is called the hillside room, which again, just a round room. Sorry, are you lost? Trying to come find me so you can shoot me again?
I'm yes, I'm trying to find you, but I am not lost.
And then the rest of this back area here, let me turn on the hooks so you can see what it looks like. Bunch of large hooks, bunch of small hooks, bunch of stuff on the walls, bunch of places where it's not hooks, it's just built-in decorations, like this cool hollow thing around the pillars, but not too much of an area back here. All right. Who's up there? Who's in the ship? Who's playing hotball by themselves?
You'll be up late editing tonight.
No, I can leave that in. It's flavor text. I could probably turn the voice volume down. In fact, let me just do that. Here's a little fun fact. But where's the speeder? The speeder's back here somewhere to take you from the back to the front. I think it's over here to the left.
Yes.
Or is it up above on that platform, which I jumped down? Just jumped down?
I think it might be up there, yeah.
But this little back area right here is, you can't get to it. And if you try, you will die. And there's no affordance that says, don't walk in here, don't jump off of this. So what is the first thing I did? I jumped off. So we'll do that. And I'm dead. And now here I'll show you the... It's scary. You zone right in and Gar's just staring straight at you. So you go to this little console, and this is where you can take the speeder to the back. Cove expansion, hop on that, and the speeder drives you. This is another bug. Do you see it clip right through that tower? I meant to tell them about that. I'm going to have to post that.
Yeah, I did see some space balls there.
Oh, it's right down here by the edge. So they zoom you out over this area. They taunt you and make it look like you can go out there, but it's a trap. It's a trap. There you go. Okay.
I tested it.
So this is the cove area. Let's go up to the patrol ship. I'll jump off again and go up to the patrol ship. So up here, when you take this up to the patrol ship, patrol carrier, you have to unlock the console to even get up to the patrol carrier, and then there are a bunch of unlocks. In fact, there's 7 more unlocks in the patrol carrier. So we'll show you those as we go along too. Some of them are boring, but a couple of them are quite interesting.
It's kind of interesting that we ride to them on our speeder. Or a speeder.
Yeah, instead of like a little landing craft or shuttlecraft of some kind. It's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Maybe the speeders can go higher than you think.
We don't need no stinking oxygen.
So this area, of course, is Torque's room. So I imagine you could place decos here that look like the control consoles.
Fire.
And
some clamps.
Armory locker. Do something like that. Spin that around.
And some astromechs that'll be like the shoots lasers and the repair blades.
Fire very hot. And
And
do that,
put
or
a
do
bunch of
some
NPCs
consoles
out
there.
in all the hallways that would be like the trash.
Droid. Do I have a droid? It's containers.
Don't just clean your stains, obliterate
Ooh,
them.
there.
The latest models from Automata Galactica.
Well, that's a big droid. How about those droids? So yeah, Torque's room. It's pretty cool. So you can put a wiki here at the end and pretend Torque's your buddy. So,
Or your prisoner.
or your prisoner, yes. Until he is sick of you. Yeah, he's your buddy until he's sick of you. What was this room over here? Oh, this is the escape pods room. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. This, did they show it? Did they show this on the stream? I think they did a little bit. This control console here, turns on the training dummies. 3 types of
Yes,
training
they did
dummies.
show it.
A warzone dummy, an operation dummy, and a healing training dummy, which is pretty cool. So,
The brand new thing.
yeah. So here,
You start it by shooting the little dude, and then he starts taking damage off the healing dummy.
he starts damaging the healing dummy. You're trying to save its life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. I'm doing a bad job because it's still.
I don't
think
think
it
it'll
died.
die. I think you're supposed to just watch,
Oh,
what you're doing and see which works better and all that.
my commando is
just like a DPS.
a terrible healer apparently. And then this astromech right here is the PvP mods vendor. So as soon as I get out of combat, cough.
Yeah, which will
stop
be
it,
never.
cough. Put him on passive. There he goes. So this has all the mods, so you can make it like a 4 million or a 1 million, 500k, 500k 2.5 or 4 million health hit points on a training dummy. So if you want to do a parse to a particular set of hit points, you want to be specific. There's also, I think, a debuff, another health modulator. That's the 1.5. Armor reduction, which simulates operational debuffs from your team, taking the armor off of a dummy, etc., etc. So pretty cool that you've got sort of a customized training and parse area. I like it, making it quite functional. Up this way, 3 relatively boring rooms, port quarters, starboard quarters, and captain quarters. Nothing all that interesting here, just a sort of a little empty room. Do what you want. Here's some hooks in it, bunch of hooks, lots of hooks all over this place. I was wondering why we're at like 1% completion, because you have decorated 26 out of a possible 1,500 hooks. So this is
Yes, they said more hooks than in a guild flag sheet.
very many hooks. Port is exactly the same over here. Oh, we missed a couple things outside we'll have to get to on the end. I forgot on the little island. And then captain's quarters, which again, just a room with a bunch of hooks. Then you get to the bridge, and the bridge is familiar. The bridge, this is basically pretty much the same as Cortani's fight room. This looks
It's on, Pearl.
This looks like the actual size. Does this look full size?
Yeah, it does to me. It does, yeah.
And then this
Although,
is a pretty cool view
yeah, it
out the
does.
front here. As you're sort of like flying through the clouds, and there's hollow overlays,
yeah, that
heads-up
is cool.
display on the
I missed
window.
before.
That's pretty cool.
Lots of fluffy clouds and yeah.
Do I have like a flutter plume? Did I donate a flutter plume here? I'll have to find one. Then you can have Pearl simulated.
Nice.
And then if I hide hooks so I can use the elevator, there's one more elevator which takes you up to the sky deck.
Just a tiny, tiny little place.
Tiny little addition. One last thing to see. Wrong elevator. Where did I go?
Yeah.
this elevator over here. Yeah. So sky deck is one unlocks the whole area of the sky deck. The sky deck itself just in general is pretty cool. A lot of stuff is built in. So somebody was saying they wanted their sky deck to be more like a pleasure barge and not have like all of these guns and stuff all over it. You can't do that. It comes with like all the guns and turrets installed. But there's a bunch of hooks, so there's more stuff you can certainly do with it. But the middle part, this is the main event. So this part, this huge middle part of the whole sky deck, this huge square part, is the arena part of the whole stronghold. So this is where there's the scoreboard. This is where you can pick your teams. This is where you can simulate a hotball or a big death match. You could basically have 2 ops groups fighting and facing off here. All right, Seam, I'm going to take that deco away just to show it empty to start.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you could pretty much have, on the deathmatch, you could pretty much have it structured any way you want.
So big, huge open area. You can do whatever you want with this. Now, they did also show that this new giant hook thing in the middle. So that giant hook is for what's called an arena hook. As far as I know, they've only designed one arena decoration. It fits in here perfectly, so you'll see when I turn it back on. Without it, it's still a nice open area. You could use a bunch of the hooks out here. I think you can even arrange it a couple different ways. I can say I don't want it to be the big arena layout. I want it to be, large, small, or big starship areas. And I want to, because when I fight, I want to have some cool stuff like the sun machines to dodge around when I want to fight. But the main use of the arena hook is for that one arena decoration. So let's switch it back to that and watch when it applies this layout. I'm under it, and it matches up with all of the platforms, and all of the ramps match up perfectly. See how they just sort of fit in? Everything sort of fits in perfectly. And now you've got a custom hotball arena with ramps and stuff, which is pretty cool.
And those pink and yellow squares back there actually keep score.
Yeah, so let's turn that on in a second. There are still a bunch of hooks all the way around the outside of this custom arena. I don't see hooks on the ramps, which I think is a little bit of a flaw, because you want like up here on top of the ramp to be able to put a fire pit. They don't have fire pit, acid pit decorations just yet, but I wonder if at some point they'll do something like that, because that would be really awesome too. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to pick it up, and we'll just play with a little bit with the hotball, show how that works to everybody before we turn it back on and play on the ramps. So here, are we in a group? Let's get out of group. And you can kill me for real this time. You could score with the hotball, and then you can kill me. So 2 panels here. You can pick your color, and you can be rotworms or frog dogs. So go ahead, Seema. You can pick a color. And then when you start the controls here, that's supposed to be the same team as me. You're on the other team. Fine, I'll be frog dogs.
I wanted to be purple.
You get 2 game types to choose. So team deathmatch, in theory, should just score it by kills, and hotball should score it by scoring the hotball ball and spawning the hotball ball in the middle of the arena. So here, if I say hotball, turn on the hotball in 5 seconds. You pop over to the starting pads on the outside. There's a force field blocking you from starting up for 30 seconds, and you can see down there in the center of the arena, there's the hotball. So here, they need more of a countdown. It just says 30 seconds, and then the force field magically opens. if you jump off here, you're just going to die and respawn back on the platform. So anytime you die here while you're in this game mode, you just respawn back on the platform, as you would expect. So where's Seema? Are you out there? Are you running for the hut ball?
Yeah,
Well, you're a little slow.
I am.
Hi-
Because you
hi-
said if I jump off, I would die,
getting-
so I didn't jump off.
You can get the hot ball. You know, responsive safeguards does not save you from AoE damage. This also has the new mechanics, so you walk a lot slower with the hot ball. That's part of what they're doing. You need to walk up that ramp there.
Okay.
Either one of the ramps. Where are you going?
Yeah.
This
said
ramp.
ramp.
This one.
This is-
You gotta go up here.
Oh, that's a ramp. Okay. Oh, that's where I was originally heading.
And then you scored. And then if you see the
Oh, look at
scoreboard,
that, I kicked it.
you got Seema has 1 and I have 0. So now if I go grab the hot ball, so here's a potential bug. I don't think you should be able to mount here, but you can at this point. Pass it.
That's probably not intended, yeah.
I threw it away.
The Frog Dogs have the ball.
So is this how it is in real hut ball? You just have to get to the other side?
Yeah. People are killing you the whole time too, but that's all you have to do.
Yeah, but
Did you
I
see me
thought
do a
you had to,
little
like,
jump?
jump
Did you
on
see me do a
things.
little
yes,
leg kick? What
yes,
was that?
yeah. I did it too. I kicked both my feet in the air.
Also the new mechanic, there's the mechanic where if you hold the hut ball, they reduce the timer if you hold the hut ball for something like 30 seconds. So if I stand here and hold it for too long, ball carrier, it's like 40 seconds. So if I hold it for 25 more seconds, I will blow up. But here, shoot me and kill me.
This might take a while.
I could take my armor off. If that so I'm gonna go make a sandwich. Oh, the hot ball killed me. But here's a flaw. So here's something for you to put as a bug in the forums. It now gave Seema a point for me dying, which it should not in hut ball mode, of course. But Seema then got the ball, which is how you'd expect it to work, etc. And I spawn back up on the platform. If you jump off here, you just sort of scoot around the edge here. Be careful not to fall off. Wait for the force field to go down. And then I can go and shoot Seema get back at her for shooting me. And she's going to score again. I wonder if it ends. I haven't checked. I wonder if it ends early if you score a whole bunch of times. So let's also put the big arena back here. And I will cheat by riding my mount and grabbing the hot ball and running away from Seema.
Frog Dogs take the ball.
Seema's riding her mount.
There, I'll shoot you.
You'll try.
You knocked me
I
off.
sure did. That's what you do in hot ball. And all the
Now you're out
marauders
of line
leap
of
back
sight.
up, and you do all your knockbacks, and you do your. Oh wait! See what I can do. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, did you see that? Oh,
That was awesome.
also. Maybe I'll just mostly kill you. Oh, think you're cool with your little responsive safeguards? I ain't gonna save you. Run, Seema.
Oh, you're so mean.
What are you gonna do? I just CC'd her.
You saw me use my stun breaker.
Ooh, close. I'm just gonna keep you right on the edge. So I could kill you at any moment. Use my responsive safeguards, which still makes you go a little bit faster, but not too much, too fast. So yeah, what do you think, Seema? You think this is gonna be fun for? I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I'm going to my own end zone. That's what you want to not do in Hutball. That's what's called a bad move. but guild events and whatnot.
Yeah, no.
You think?
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah. The only thing I kind of regret, and I know why it's this way, but it would be fun if we could have companions for different kinds of games.
Ooh, did you see that when the hut ball blew me up? It exploded me high enough in the air that I ended up on top of the higher platform, dead, but on top of the higher platform. Hey, so while we're finishing up and playing around a little bit here, a little bit more, I do want to talk. You see the fireworks going off there too when you score, or when a score goes up on the scoreboard. I did miss talking about guild and community news, and we did have a couple things to say there. I sort of skipped over that. One shout out for our Sunday night ops team. Marcus has his team on Sunday nights, and he needs a DPS for Sunday. So if anyone out there wants to jump in with Marcus's team on Sunday night, definitely catch him. Marcus, just tweet me or jump in our guild Discord and check for Marcus B, and you'll find him. I also wanted to give a shout out to all of the content developers who are putting together guides and PTS notes and doing streams. My quick rundown of everybody that I've seen been doing stuff already is Jesse, and I know Moxie helped out, and JT, Passionate Casual. Averia is a streamer. I've seen her a few times. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I've seen her a few times. She's a pretty cool streamer. SWTOR, of course, has already got a cool video produced and all the way up there. Zamzam has a guide already produced. Ted of SWTOR is out there. Kid Lee is doing a bunch. I think he might even be podcasting or streaming right now while we're doing this. Bad Feeling is certainly doing stuff. Boomy, Darth Boomy is doing streaming of this. Peter, the Cellcath, I think, is doing some streaming. And then UtiniCast had their podcast earlier tonight. And I bet they talked about it as well. I was prepping for this and didn't see them, but I bet they did. Also, just in a little bit of our guild news, on July 27th is our next monthly guild event. So Marcus has been starting a new series of monthly guild events. On the 27th, we're going to do a Datacron hunt. And that's going to kick off our week of summer events for our greater AIE-guild.org, our greater AIE guild across all of our games. Pretty much every night for the week, there's going to be a larger, fun sort of guild event in one of our MMOs. I think there's going to be like 3 WoW ones, two Star Wars ones, Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, ESO. They're all going to have guild events. And that all centers around a special event for our guild, which is always August 2nd, which is what we call Remembrance Day. Our guild has been around for over 10 years, and we have lost real-life people as part of our guild, some really awesome people who are no longer with us, which we like to take a day out of the year and have a moment to remember those people and all the contributions that they've given to guild over time. So that's a thing we'll be doing in Discord, and we'll have lots and lots of people across games as part of that too. Where are we at on Conquest? We're pubside this week, right, Seema?
Yes, that's right. Pubside this week. Next week, which will be the 10th of July, we'll be back on the M side for both for Conquest and for MFN.
Yes, we sure will. And we'll have to see. If it's a crafting week, maybe we'll go back to a large planet. We'll see if we can swing that. Okay, so I think this is really cool. I know we just started to do a little bit of our takes. I was quite surprised at the extensiveness of these PvP areas.
Yes.
And the mechanics
I was
of all
really
of this
surprised.
hutball stuff that they put in and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was even though they were talking about it,
yeah.
and I was thinking about this earlier today too, because one of the things that we've talked about before is that they sometimes keep things too close to the vest because they want to surprise us.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they've done a good mix this time because they're planning to have a pretty good long period of time for the PTS to run with this stuff on it. So
Yeah.
they'll be able to gather feedback.
And it's all public. It's
Um,
all open public PTS. So that's quite positive as well.
The only requirement is to be a subscriber, and then you can just
Yes.
download and play.
So there is that. You do need to be a subscriber, but I think they have extra mechanics, and you need to be part of the forums. And you need to be able to get to support and contribute in that way. So it makes sense that you need to be a subscriber.
Right. I just meant you don't have to be in any special group or anything like that. It's not a closed beta. It's an open test realm, basically.
The chat room is telling you to telling many things. Telling you to go for the ball
win the
and
match.
run to the center.
The thing is, here's what you need to know about Max. He's more than willing to let me score as a demo, but if you put it in terms of win the game, it's never going to happen.
I'm not that competitive, am I? Do you have me pegged
I
as
noticed you started laughing.
maybe a little bit, maybe just a little bit competitive? Then maybe I was, yeah. So maybe
Which
that's,
is fine.
That's the thing.
It's not a criticism.
So there's that. But yeah, get in here, test it. Get in here, do some queue for ranked so you can test out the arena. Let's do it. I'll be in here a little bit this weekend. Come join me. I just to finish it off, I do want to go back down to the beach, so I'm gonna type /stuck here. We should probably kill this match because I don't know what it's gonna do. Seema just scored again. My score's not going up. I just scored like 5 times and the score is not going up. That's
the
it.
chat room's on my side.
I quit.
And so is the garrison itself. I mean, the stronghold itself.
That's it. I quit. I'm taking my ball and going home. No fair, man. Okay, so let's stuck it
No fair.
and visit the beach just to finish off. We'll make
I like the beach.
Did we show off Speedy? They already saw Speedy on the stream, but let's find Speedy.
Yeah.
There's Speedy over there. And Speedy, and then the treasure chest on the beach, and then the hidden treasure out on the island. I'll show you. Oh, and the cave. Just to finish it off. So the cave is back here. The cave has hooks in it. What I did in my cave in Yavin is that's where all my racklings live. So maybe I'll move my racklings into here. Put a whole little cluster of racklings hanging out. And
It's cool when you look up too, because there's a hole in the ceiling.
it's got nice
pretty
lighting
much.
effects.
There's plants plants hanging down and like streams of sunlight coming in.
Couple of hooks up on the walls, not too many. Couple of them though. That's cool. So there's the hidden cave where my racklings will live. I noticed you get stuck on that board halfway. You got to sort of do a little hop to get out. There's Speedy the turtle, who's non-interactable. You can't even click on him. He just does his own thing. He's
It's 2.5 million credits for the initial open.
yes.
And if you want to open I don't know how much it is for the patrol,
The patrol ship,
but I think
do.
just the deck,
Patrol carrier is
deck
1.5
where
million credits.
and then the deck where we were, I think it's 2.6 million, where we were playing hutball or sort of playing
Yes,
hutball.
2.6 million for the sky deck. And then I thought someone said there was here's the treasure chest. Which I had not found before, but I saw it on the stream. It's a little treasure chest with
Oh, there's another
bottles
one
and
over
a
here.
shovel. This one's not interactable. It's just got little skeleton,
see.
little dead men tell no tales, little scene going on.
Here's the one that kills Max is over here.
The cave. Remember your failure. That's a terrible Yoda. Remember your failure in the cave. That's still terrible. Remember your failure in the cave. That's a dwarf. Where's my Sean Connery? Remember your failure in the cave. It's the Chicago way. Alex, suck it, Trebek. Remember your failure in the cave, Trebek. All right. So see what Seema did? She clicked on the little, we'll wait till it comes back. There's a little, out here on the island. So look where we are out here, right by the, right out in the bay. There's a couple hooks here over on the other side of the island. So you could put a little gazebo or something out here. Ooh, why can't I not?
Yep.
There we go. Put a little hut out here.
Or a dance floor.
Or a giant droid.
And then there's one little tiny one
Short.
in the water right here.
Yeah, I was sort of amused by that. Oh, what did I have for that? I had something good. I had the Selkath. I had the lost Selkath, who could just stand there and look around like, "What's going on, man? Where am I?" I was sort of amused by that. He does the John Travolta looking around.
Yes, he does.
And then here, when it respawns, here's the little interactable decoration, this little X that says inconspicuous marker. And the first time I clicked on it, it killed me.
I'll stand
there
over
we go.
here.
I got the little treasure chest. But apparently it has a chance to kill you. So there you go. And that is the Rishi Stronghold. So what do you think, Seema? You going to make this your home? You going to come live here for a little while?
I like it. I also like my 15 million credits.
Which reminds me, one
And-
tip. Remember, if you unlock it with cartel coins, then
Yeah.
the initial unlock, if you unlock the initial unlock with cartel coins, if you ever need to get rid of it, to take it off of your stronghold list and then bring it back, it's free to bring back if you've unlocked it with cartel
Yeah.
coins. And all of the unlocks on the inside stay where they are. If not, you have to
Which-
pay that initial cost, which is 2.5 million. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. 2.5.
2.5 million.
Yeah. So cartel coins. Yeah, maybe I'll go that way.
Yeah, so I'll probably do
See,
cartel
I
coins
have-
for the initial unlock and then credits for all the unlocks of the doors inside.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get one for the guild
I like
as
it.
well.
I want to. I just have to think about it. And would I have to disable one of my other strongholds?
That's a good question. So you asked that during the stream. Did they increase the stronghold limit?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And you have a ton of them because you had them on other servers.
Right.
Even many more than
Yeah,
I do.
I have 15 or 20 of them.
Hmm.
And so I'm pretty sure doesn't it work that like I can keep them, but as soon as I can't add any more until I get down to under the
Yes.
max? Yeah, so I would need to go and delete a lot of them, or not delete, whatever it's
Deactivate. That's what I was thinking of.
deactivate.
You'll need to
right?
deactivate them. Yeah. So we'll see. But I think I am, at least for a little while, going to put all my bank and GTN and stuff up on the platform at the entrance up there and come hang out on the
Mhm.
beach for a little bit.
Cool.
Put the little hut down here and make a nice PvP area for the guild and come live here for a little while. Here's my little
Have a party.
drinks, watch the sunset, the eternal sunset, watch Speedy walk back and forth. It's quite relaxing.
Watch the tide come in.
Tide goes out, tide goes in. No, can't explain that. Right. And with that, I think we'll wrap it up for this fun, content-laden edition of the SWTOR Escape podcast. So thanks to all of you for joining us. We're going to kick EPC 249 out to broadcast this all to all of you on all of the usual channels. It'll go out on, you'll see it show up on Twitter when we get it out on the feeds. It'll show up on iTunes, on YouTube, New Overlords on YouTube. It'll be on Twitch, and it'll be on newoverlords.com. If you are looking for guild information, you can follow us on Twitter at MaxTheGray and at AIESEMA for podcast news and SWTOR news and other AIE guild news. And if you're looking for an invite to AIE, you can find us at aie-guild.org, which also has links to our Discord. You can jump in and ask us for an invite. We will get you on the Starforge server. We'll get you in the guild because we would love to have you. And we go back to the regular view just to close us out, and we will talk to you soon.
Later, everyone.